Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Where in the Park podcast. We are here again talking about that trip that we took at the beginning of the month, where we're going to continue on this time about our very first Disney cruise.
Yeah, so the 5th through the 9th, Friday through Tuesday, we were on the Disney Magic. So this is our very first Disney cruise, not our first cruise ship, but our first Disney cruise. And so we were really excited to see how Disney does cruise ships and to be on the Magic. It's their very first cruise ship. So that was really special to see as well. So of course, what we do when we're at a new place, we go explore. So we got on the ship and immediately started taking pictures of everything and just getting the lay of the land. And of course, every stairway landing on all the different floors have different images of drawings and animation cells and all kinds of different things, pictures of Walt, just all kinds of stuff. And so you just wanted to spend time at each one and really explore and dive into it. But you're in the middle of a stairwell too, so you gotta had to
Move in.
just
Yeah.
look at it as you were walking up and down the stairs. We went to the Oceaneers Club, which is like for teenagers, but they had times where it was open for everyone. It's like an open house kind of a thing. And we really wanted to go into there's like two Oceaneer Club
There's the
things.
lab and the club. I don't remember which
Yeah,
one is the one with the teen area, but
yeah.
yeah.
It's weird, weirdly named that they're very similar. But anyway, one is all about the SEA. So we
What?
really wanted to go in, just take a bunch of pictures around, obviously, while there were no kids there. So we will definitely break that all down. That's an episode in and of itself.
Yeah, for
Uh,
anyone listening who doesn't know what the SCA is, Disney has thrown into some of their theme parks this kind of hidden storyline. It's the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. And you'll see the SCA logo kind of like not hidden really, but just placed in places where if you can walk right past it and not notice it's there at all. But if you're looking for it, then you'll see it. So that's why people like us who love the details of theme parks look for those little things. So when it was available on the ship, it's like we have to go over there during the open house because it's not going to be open for the rest of the time we're on the ship. So we went over there and took a look at everything, and it was fun. It was cute. I don't know what more storyline they give the kids when they're in the area during the day, but just being an adult there without being told anything that was happening, it was still a lot of fun to see all of the art they put on the walls for the storyline.
So, if you know of the storyline because your kiddo was part of this, or even if you were and you know the inside scoop on the storyline of the SCA inside the Oceaneers Club, then you should go over to our Facebook group, Where the Park Explorers, and fill us in. Let us know. We would love to hear all about your experience. As we were walking around the ship and getting the lay of the land, we were noticing people with their fish extenders. And so, Kevin, tell everybody what are fish extenders and how did we decorate ours?
Okay, so for anyone who's ever been on a Disney cruise, at least on the older ships like the one we were on, again, Amanda said it's the very first one. For the first few, they had it where next to your door, there's a metal fish. It's supposed to be for, I guess, your portfolio or whatever, your bill when you like are on your last day, or like little note. That's where they put your key to the world or something. What do they call that thing?
Yeah, your key to the world card.
Yeah, they put those on the fish element there. That's what it's for. But online communities have started a thing called fish extenders, where you get a little pouch with string, I guess, essentially, that you hook up to that. And when you join communities on Facebook, I guess there might be other places that do them too. What you would end up doing is have it where you join groups with other people who are also cruising, and you agree that you're going to be giving kind of like little gifts to them in those fish extender little pouches. So it's kind of a very Disney cruise thing. I don't think any other cruise lines have this kind of community happening. So when I heard that it existed, we signed up for it, and we were in a fish extender group from a Facebook group. And yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I actually, arts and crafts guy over here. I made like fun buttons with people's room numbers on them, where it looked just like the room number that's on the door, and then made like keychains based off of the Disney Dream signage that's over underneath the Mickey Mouse statue in the lobby of the cruise ship there. So that's what I put together, and we bought some hand sanitizer from the Magic Candle Company, which is a brand that we love. We love the way it smells, and they had two different ones for the cruise line where it's supposed to smell like Disney cruises. So I got both of those, and we gave those out to people. But because we joined this, we had it where every day, essentially, our pouches, we would look at it and we would get little gifts in there. And we made it where every day was just like, what's the fun surprise we have on our trip back to the room today? And yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Not
favorite things
just
we got, Amanda?
It wasn't just like at the end of the day. We would go back multiple times to like drop stuff off or change into swimwear or whatever. And we would come back and there would be stuff all in our pouches. We got shirts and cups and bracelets and because we put down like our favorite characters and our shirt sizes and stuff. And so people just go all out with their stuff, multiple things. One of the nights on board was Pirates in the Caribbean, so it was a pirate night, so people dressed up as pirates and stuff. And so that night we got extra swag in our fish extenders. One person put, I'm not even sure who it was, but a magnet hook on our door and put a pirate display up, pirate temporary tattoos, stickers, all kinds of stuff, because they knew it's pirate night, and so it makes it really, really fun. So yes, we were part of this group, but also people outside of the group were just pixie dusting left and right. So it was really, really cool. And then if you had extra stuff, you can give something back to the person that gifted it to you. And so it was just a lot of fun to just spread that joy. And then so many people decorated their doors. It's a magnetic door. And so to go around to all of the different levels of the ship and just see the different displays that people go all out, and they have lighting elements and all kinds of stuff. And it's really cool to see. So it was a lot of fun knowing that everybody has something in common, and that is their love of Disney. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on a Disney ship, Right. So when just about every door is decorated with a Disney character and, the so-and-so family and, celebrating a birthday or whatever, and then you'd go and see these people, it had that big family vibe each and every time. So it was really, really fun. Luckily, we had like half a suitcase empty. We definitely took a lot of stuff home from all of the things that people gifted us. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all those who gifted. So day one was departure day. We were roaming around. Day two was Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island. Kevin, share how the first part of Castaway Cay was.
Castaway Cay, I've always wanted to go to ever since I first heard that it was even being built back in like the 90s. When we got off the ship right away, there are elements like it's like walking past the windows of Main Street, right? Where there's a big sign there that says Bob Iger's name on it. There's a Damaro dock kind of thing set up where, Josh Damaro is the head of Disney Parks and Experiences.
I really liked in one of the eatery areas, there were some references to Imagineers. There was a boat that had John Hinch's name. There was a boat dedicated to Marty Sklar. So it was just, if you knew, you knew. But there were quite a few names that we did not know. And so we were taking pictures of, as always, of everything, because we're like, who's Yvonne? I don't know. Like, we're going to find out. Like, we need to research this. And so, yeah. We have a lot of digging to do.
We didn't have an internet package, so we couldn't just Google it right there. So
a lot of different signage at the first part of the island. But after the main part, it was just kind of just island-y. Wasn't really heavily themed. They have a 5K trail that you can walk or bike. And there wasn't a whole lot of theming there was theming, but not in your face Disney theming.
I was going to say, it wasn't Disney. It was just kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that was interesting. But on this 5K trail, they had a lookout tower that you could go up and you could see for miles around, and you could see our ship way off in the distance. You're like, how did I walk this whole trek? Like, it's way out there. But we saw so many little birds and lizards and this little baby hermit crab. It was just so cute. And then we went over to both of their islands. They have like a private beach just for adults that's way separate from the kids' beach. And so we went out there because we were already on the 5K trail and it just happened to go back that way. So we went over there. We went swimming. We had lunch. And then we concluded our 5K trail, and they give you a medal. So a finisher's medal for completing the trail. So we got that. And yeah, it was just a all around great day. We saw Mickey and Minnie. We didn't get pictures with them because they were just walking by, but we did get pictures of them. So that still counts. They were super cute.
We did a little bit of shopping in the little
Yeah.
Castaway Cay shop they have there. So got a shirt and it's pretty
So
cool. It's stuff you can only get on the island is at that shop. So you're not gonna find it back on board. You're not gonna find it anywhere else other than eBay probably. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the next day was Nassau in the Bahamas. And we didn't really venture out too much. We'd been there before, like 10 years prior during our honeymoon, but we just did go there, what, 30 minutes? An
Yeah, probably. I
hour,
just needed to
maybe?
get some Wi-Fi for work, so we went to a Starbucks. So we were those people going to the
Yeah.
Bahamas to visit Starbucks. But they did have like a special like Bahama iced tea, so we were like, hey, if you're gonna like go out of your way to have something specific for this location, we'll give you $5 for it, no problem.
And
So
they were playing Disney music in the Starbucks. So that was fun.
Nice.
While we were in line, they played Not Giving Away My Shot from Hamilton.
not
Nice.
So
specifically Disney, but it is on
it's
Disney
on
Plus.
Disney
So
Plus.
It is on Disney
yeah,
It
Plus.
counts. Um, and I was just like, hey, wait, we're listening to Hamilton while online at Starbucks. This is okay, okay.
we're
Um,
talking.
but yeah, so yeah, we went to Starbucks, did that, and then kind of walked around town. Got some rum cakes. So you have a rum cake waiting for you, Mom Bear. And
Yay!
and then got back on the ship. So there were some other things that we wanted to do that was on the ship's itinerary while everybody was out at the Bahamas. But then the next day we went to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, which is the second island that Disney owns part of, right?
Yeah, they own the southern tip of the bigger island there.
Yeah, which if you have Disney Plus, there is a National Geographic documentary. I think it's like 45 minutes long or something like that,
Yeah.
Yep.
where they're talking about how they built it, how they infused the culture into the space. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did. As soon as you had sent me the link and I got home, I was like, I've got to check this out. It was amazing. I loved all the people they interviewed because they used locals with the decor, with the music, with the everything. The artwork is phenomenal and the stories behind it. And these people are so giving and caring and loving of the world and making sure that, those that were coming over from Disney knew about their culture and they really took that to heart and how their conservation and all that with the land. The whole thing about tagging the birds was just crazy and they were able to get that one that they never thought they would ever get was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we actually didn't even know that this documentary existed until our Animal Kingdom Day a few days later, that we saw a poster for it. So we're like, wait a minute, we were just there. We need to check this out. And I wish we had seen it first because I think we would have had a deeper appreciation for the storytelling and the art and just the time that it took to put this together. That just looking at it, like we take it for granted. And some of it, we're like, what is the storyline here? Like, I'm not really sure. But then watching that, you're like, I get it now. And so if you're going to Lookout Cay, definitely check out this documentary on National Geographic on Disney Plus before you go, because you will have a deeper understanding of who put these pieces together, what they're made out of, and what stories they're sharing in each piece. So definitely check that out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
also
loved
explain why it's such a long walkway from the pier to the island.
exactly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly, and what
Yeah.
they're doing underneath. It's
Yeah.
All the
amazing.
conservation work that they're doing. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. We didn't know any of that. We just saw this really long pier. We're like, well, all right, guess we're hoofing it. And then you walk this long pier to take a tram to go to the actual part of the island. And so seeing the documentary, it all makes sense now. But they didn't really touch on the lighthouse itself. They kind of briefly mentioned it, but didn't really go into it. So they have a nature trail that goes to this lighthouse where you can then you walk all around all four sides. You can't go in it, You can walk around all four sides, and they have a plaque there that tells you about the history of that. So that could be a whole nother episode in and of itself. But it was really cool to see how they are preserving that space and allowing us to go over there and see it, because it's old. It's an old building. So
Just trying to find the photo to show like to at least say how old it is, because it was like 100 something years old, I think.
mhm.
But yeah, it was very interesting. It doesn't look like a traditional lighthouse. Just looking at it, I would have known that's what it was. But they showed like the architecture of it on a sign there to let you know how it all worked, how people
Yeah.
live there for a period of time maintaining it. But very interesting.
It was built in 1901.
There you go, the year the Walt Disney was born.
Yep.
Coincidence?
I
Probably, but
think
still.
not. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, I don't know. But still interesting.
So on the plaque that was there, it had some blueprints and stuff, and it had like a QR code that you could then go to and learn more information about it. But the biggest highlight of our Lookout Cay Day was the Junkanoo celebration. They have a few members of I believe they're Disney cast members, but they are part of the culture. Like they bring their actual Junkanoo outfits and they share their culture of the importance of the Junkanoo celebration and where it came from and why it is so enveloped into their culture in a variety of different ways. And it's so colorful, and the materials that they use and everything. So they brought out some instruments, and I got one of the cowbells. So we got to play. It's two cowbells that are together, and they demonstrated that you move your hands in a certain way to make both of them go, and the key is to keep it going for hours. And so they said, if you do a little dance step with it and you're dancing, it keeps it going without moving your wrists too much. So that was really cool. And then we all got to make hats if we wanted to make a hat with the crepe paper. So they had a little craft box at each table where you could have different color crepe paper and you can glue it on your hat. And we only have like 15 minutes. So my OCD was like not having it. And I was like, I need scissors. I need more time. I need this to. So it wasn't quote unquote perfect, but we got to wear our hats and be part of the parade in the little area. And Donald and Daisy were dancing with us. And it was a lot of fun. So, of course, it's a loud musical ensemble with the cowbells and the drums and the horns and whistles. And so, of course, everybody then gathers around and they're like, what's going on? What's happening? So it was really cool to be part of that celebration and experience that. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, the island that this is on is actually I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly here, Eleuthera, where
Yeah.
there are people who actually live on this island. I was looking up right now where it said back in 2010 they had a census where there's almost 5,000 people who live there. So I don't know if those performers were locals to the island or just locals of the Bahamas, but I don't remember seeing them on the ships. I don't think they were just traveling with the ship. I think
No, they're locals
yeah,
in the town. The video,
yeah.
the Nat Geo, they're locals, like the artists and stuff that are there. They live on that island.
Right.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if they were like employed by Disney to
They're being paid
be
by
there
Disney.
at that
But
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
If they're
probably
like,
for their performance, to come do all that. I'm sure they're being compensated somehow.
I do recommend like if you don't want to lose a few years off of your hearing, get some like earplugs or something. Because we were in the middle of it and I did not expect it. It was so loud. I felt like the trombones were like in my head, but it
yeah,
was beautiful. It sounded amazing, but it was like it's a little loud.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I think, yeah, it was very, very loud. And we were right in the middle of it. Like they were incredibly close, like between like me and the computer screen right now. It was that close. And the session was quite lengthy. I did not expect it to be as long of a performance as it was. So kudos to them for playing and being in the sun and in full garb. But yeah, that's great tip, Kevin. That definitely bring some earplugs or stay further to the back because it is loud. And it was probably a 10-15 minute performance.
Probably somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that we did it. Yeah, for the rest of the day, I was like, for honorary Junkanooers.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
We had our hats on. It was fun.
Hmm.
Kind of reminded me of when we went to Universal Fan Fest and we did the Yoshi scavenger hunt, and they gave us like these headbands with like Yoshi on them.
Hmm.
Where not everyone did that experience. So as people looked around, like, "Hey, nice hat." I mean, even Pluto was over there gesturing toward our hats as he walked by us.
He's
So
like,
looking good, yeah. Yeah. If Pluto could talk, that's what he would tell us.
yeah.
So yeah, it was a very fun experience.
So highly recommend. And it was free. You just had to be there at that time. So
Everything's included.
but yeah, and then the last day was a sea day as we head back to Florida. So we just continue to walk around the ship. We did some trivia. We did chocolate and liqueur tasting. We met some new friends. That was really nice. So all around great cruise. Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
I should point out there were also shows that happened. There was like a
Oh, that's
Tangled
true. I
show, and
didn't even write that down. Sorry. Shows were great. There's the three
yeah,
show.
there's a magician. It was really
Yes.
fun, a little silly, but a lot of fun.
Well,
Yeah,
that was his thing. It was a comedian
yeah,
slash magician.
exactly.
So yeah.
It was an intentional silly, so
Yes.
yeah, I liked it. Yeah, he had a really good story with like a Disney connection too. It was like his parents worked for Disney. Well, I can't remember it right off the top of my head as I started talking about it. It was there, and
At least his dad worked for Disney. Like they were circus performers, and
yeah,
then through somehow I can't quite remember, but his dad ended up being a skipper on the
oh,
Jungle
that's what it
Cruise,
was.
and
And like an
so
OG, like he
an
like actually
OG
wrote some
skipper.
of the original jokes, is what he
Yeah,
was saying.
yeah,
Like I want
Wow.
to say his dad coined the backside of water is what he said.
yeah.
So
That
yeah.
his
What?
they were looking for those who had like improv experience, kind of a thing, and so his dad was like, yeah, I can do that, and so yeah, he was one of the OG skippers.
Yeah, when it became funny, I guess, when Mark Davis took over the Jungle Cruise and turned it from the serious Jungle Cruise to the Jungle Cruise we know today, full of puns and stuff. So yeah, so that was really cool. I like that little connection they had with their magic act, where you don't have to go that extra, for a cruise ship, but Disney does, and I am all for it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, and the shows were really cute, good singers and really cute storytelling. They had the Tangled performance, so it was kind of like retelling of the story that we know, but just like a Broadway production of it. They had Enchanted, is that what it was
I was trying
called?
to remember the name of the
Um,
Cinderella one.
yeah, where it was like the Cinderella tale, but if Lady Tremaine had a fairy godfather and she rewrote the story.
Oh.
It was called Twice Charmed,
Twice
an,
Charmed,
or-
that's what it is.
an original twist on the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if she had a fairy godfather and wanted to rewrite the story so that Cinderella doesn't get chosen, but one of her daughters does, and how does that play out?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that was really, and it was like the same cast as the Tangled crew. So the Mother Gothel lady was also like Lady Tremaine. So like it was really a lot of fun. And then the other show was called Dreams, I think it was, and
I'm like, it was the Dream Show, but I don't remember.
yeah, the Dream Show. And that was an original story of basically this little girl. She's like gonna start sixth grade and doesn't really believe in herself, and it's all new and stuff. And Peter Pan is somehow involved. And they go from story to story and like learning lessons from different Disney stories to build up her confidence.
Found Your Enchanted. So this was Disney
Oh,
Dreams, an Enchanted classic.
there it is. I was like, Enchanted is somewhere in here. Um,
Somewhere on this Disney cruise ship, you're going to find the word. Yeah.
Yeah, that storyline was kind of confusing to me and Kevin too. We have a darker ending of what really happened that we
Oh
won't
boy.
share on the podcast. But I think I appreciate the attempt to have a new story while bringing in the characters that we all know and love. It had the songs that we all know and love. It had puppetry. It had magic and lighting and effects and all that. So all of that was awesome.
It's just like a vessel to connect all of the music, and it was fine. It was good. I don't regret going to it. So yeah, it was good.
But yeah, do anything else to round out our cruise?
All the food was good. It was not like anything like we were discussing this earlier, where like there wasn't like one item that really stood out as like, oh man, this was the best I've ever had. But everything was really good. All the experiences were fun. They had like a Tangled themed restaurant that was cute. They had live music being played, a lot of Irish music, which we're not really sure why that was in there, but that's fine. We know the songs, we clapped along. And yeah, I love Animator's Palette, especially on the second night of it, where they have where all the concept art is on the walls within frames, kind of changing it around. And things get a little more colorful and Mickey Mouse comes out and stuff. And yeah, it was fun.
Mickey in his sorcerer's hat.
Yeah, Sorcerer Mickey, full on Imagineering style Mickey Mouse out there.
Very, very cute.
Sorry if that's a spoiler for anybody. All right, so that was our cruise experience. We're gonna go ahead and stop this episode right here. And like remind you of all the great things that you can do for us, like ringing the bell and I don't know, leave it in a review maybe if you're into that kind of thing. Hopefully it's positive, but we'll take what you got. And join us next time when we finish talking about our vacation where we go to the Walt Disney World Resort, including all 4 of the theme parks and Typhoon Lagoon. And we even go to SeaWorld just for fun. So join us next time as we talk all about that.